Hello, everybody. What's going on? We haven't been on in a few days, and there's a reason for that. And I was going to explain to everybody. I know it's late. I'm sure most people aren't even on right now, and other channels are. But I wanted to share a few things with you due to some things that have been going on today, and things that are being said. Um, we covered a case a few days ago where the family came on with Richard Honaker's family, and I thought it was pretty amazing. Um, the things that the family has portrayed in his case are just mind blowing, and I have to question what law enforcement is doing with his case. There's too many things that the family is just not getting answers for, um, and primarily because of what their background is, and just from having a past, and that's not fair. Everybody deserves justice, and it's just upsetting to me. Hey, Music City Mom, I thought you were at a concert tonight. Is that tonight? I thought Oak Church's concert was this weekend. Is it not?
I don't know.
So this happened. Got these fixed, and I'm happy about it. It makes me feel a lot better. It's just been, that's why we haven't been on either. Just trying to get everything, put together and back in order, and it just took a couple days. I've got something good I want to show you, and I'm sure you all are all familiar.
Show those first.
You want to show those? Grab them.
Yes.
Here, I'll grab them.
Yeah, I'm not. So I told everybody that I would post a picture of my flowers whenever they got here, but I didn't get to. So there they are.
There's her flowers that she got, and she wanted to show them. It's been a few days. Few of them have wilted a little bit, but it's okay. A little bit,
but the roses and carnations still look beautiful. I love them so much.
Let's set those back there. All right. So before I move on any farther, hey, let's see who's in here. I want to say hello to everybody. Guys, thanks for joining us. I know it's late. It's not normal time for us to be on, but it's, we've took a step back from not reporting on Summer's case as much because of all the craziness that's been going on. People have resorted into going back, pulling stuff from way at the beginning and putting it as brand new. Rumors about dogs being neglected to where they have died and found on the property, which I have some proof to show you. I think we'll go over that first. This is from Rogersville Humane Society, and I don't know if y'all have seen this, but I'm going to show it because I feel like it's important to stop rumors right in their tracks. People have resorted to calling law enforcement and just trying to get people arrested.
And harassing the Humane Society.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
For anything. Some people are so full of hate that they don't want to wait for evidence to be put forward, that they will go and try to call on anything to get somebody in trouble. She even says, and I might even pull this up because I can use it under fair use, of the call that this YouTuber did with Detective Pruitt. And you'll like to hear Detective Pruitt's response in this. This is the problem, and I choose to not be part of the problem. And we'll step back. I wanted to give more attention towards some other cases in this area. That's why I titled this video, "What Can Be Done." And in the thumbnail, I said, even after victims are found, alive or deceased, the hurt doesn't stop. As you saw in Richard's case, if you followed us with that.
Well, I feel like with Richard's case especially, you would think that after he was found that the family would be able to have some sort of peace. Usually you would be able to have peace after your family member is found. But with his case, where what they're saying happened to him doesn't add up with the way that he was found, that just doesn't give the family any peace.
At all. They still have so many questions.
Yeah, so many unanswered questions. And that's just, it's not fair. I hate it for them.
And if you haven't seen that live where the family spoke out and talked about everything with his case, mind you, you want to pay attention to this because this case is not even an hour away from Summer's case, and it kind of shows
Well,
you.
it's a little over an hour.
Well, a little over an hour, but
we're like smack dab in the middle of the two cases.
Yeah, this is Tazewell, Virginia, and where Summers is, Hawkins County, Tennessee. The state line is right in the middle, in between these two places. It's a lot, and you kind of see how these things have been handled around here, and it'll get you to asking questions. Why? Is it because of what the family? Is it? Are they judging whether who is worthy of having their case investigated to the fullest and who's not? That could be that seems to me to be a huge problem. Oh, thank you, Moon. She said your smile looks amazing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I love it so much. You should have seen him when he walked out of the place the other day, because he was so worried, because he had, people had said, oh, that place doesn't do a good job. They're not good. And he was so worried about going and picking them up. And when he walked out, he had the biggest grin on his face. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, anyway. It was a good day. That was Wednesday, and that was a good day. I've just been taking time to get used to them and everything. And they are the best thing that I've ever had. It was totally worth going there and being able. I thank God above all for that opportunity. But that's neither here nor there when we're talking about this case.
Right.
So basically, I want to start out with showing this. This right here will. Oh, thank you, Diane Harlow. And look, I'm working on Diane. I'm working on getting a post office box. I have not forgot you. Just had a lot of stuff come up, and it's just been busy. All right, so I want to share this first and let y'all see this. This is from Hawkins County Humane Society, or Rogersville. Let me see. Let me zoom in on it for you. Okay. This is from 5 hours ago. We want to inform our followers of a situation we have. There are several YouTubers who are harassing and speaking negatively of our shelter. They are constantly harassing us and a certain family. They are claiming the dogs are starved and neglected. We have taken in 3 of this family's pets and had them adopted. Right there. That's saying that they didn't put them down.
That's a good thing.
It's a great thing. They were in good health. That again, they were in good health. We have been helping them with food and dog houses. Now they are claiming that one of the dogs there starved to death and is being eaten by buzzards and flies. And let me add something else. They said the YouTuber that claimed this on her own live stream said pigs.
Yeah.
Wild pigs. Okay, and we went over this very early on. Wild hogs have been located, I think the closest in Tennessee was near Memphis or somewhere close to Memphis. I've lived here my whole life, and I have not seen a wild hog, nor ever a claim of them around here. Not saying that there ain't one or two here somewhere, but she would be one of the very few that saw one eating a dog.
And
which I don't.
As far as, especially that area, like Ben Hill Road, we were out there in those woods in the surrounding area so much when we were searching, and we never, ever saw a wild hog.
Right.
Which we have.
Which we didn't see a bear or anything, but that we know that bears are here.
Yes, but
we saw snakes, all that stuff. But I mean, it's just what's around here. But hogs, no. It says to go on with this post by them. They said, I am assured that they had 7 dogs and still do. It was probably a dog that was hit, but not theirs. Please do not feed into this. You all know how much we care for animals, and we believe these animals are being cared for. We were inundated with phone calls, emails, and Facebook messages today to the point that we were hard put to do what we had to do. Please believe us. If we thought that any of this was true, we would act. The sheriffs have been there many times and found no sign of abuse or neglect. Found no sign of abuse or neglect. Thank you for supporting us. If you haven't seen that right there. Okay, it says we do have hogs in Middle Tennessee. They killed 17 in one night, half a mile from me. What part of Middle Tennessee, Sandra? I'm just saying here in East Tennessee, I've never heard of them or seen them.
Northeast Tennessee.
Northeast Tennessee. Sorry about that.
Or Southwest.
But that, besides that right there, you can find that on Facebook on Hawkins County Humane Society. There's your proof about that. Facts are facts. Everything else falls by the wayside. That's just rumor and drama. It's sad that we even have to do a live about that, but that's just, there it is. It's to the point that the hate has overtaken everything. If there's nothing to talk about in this case, then let's talk about something that's not true. Let's find a dog laying on the side of the road and say it's theirs just to try to get them arrested. Yes, we don't agree with everything that they have done. That the Wells have done, and we do not say that they are perfect in any way, shape, or form, but believe me, charges would be filed already if there was things to do with these situations. That's just the way it is. I feel like do I agree with the way that law enforcement has handled everything with this case? I can't say that I do, but I don't know all the dynamics of it either. I know that there is the FBI, TBI, Hawkins County, and there was surrounding counties that came in to search. Was there a big gap in between searches? Yes, there was. A humongous gap between when she went missing June 15th, 2021 to November 30th. And they said that was due to the fact of they wanted the leaves to fall so that drones and stuff could see through the foliage. What did it say? This started with Bullhorn Betty that said that. Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm saying. And we might go over what she had a call with Detective Pruitt, and let's hear what he even said. I mean, it's to the point, he's like, man, listen, just because you can see a dog's ribs doesn't mean necessarily that they are completely neglected. Some dogs are just built like that. The Humane Society has given them food. They've tried. We've even reported on that from the beginning. There was 30 bags of dog food stacked up in one room when we went up there.
Yeah, the very first time we went up there, we took a bag of dog food because that's what we
used to simulate the weight
for the dog trail
the dog trail video, seeing if it was possible that somebody could pick up a child from that back door and run down that dog trail.
So we left that bag of dog food there with them. Plus, there was a whole stack up against one wall in that house where there was probably about 3 or 4 stacks of dog food.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's gotten out of hand, and that's why we are not as on it as usual as we used to be. Because if there's nothing new to talk about with it, then we're not going to. Richard's case is what I want to be focusing on, and we're going to be trying to go, as soon as there's something new with Summer's case, we'll be there and we'll do it. We're going to continue to do some things out there when we can get down there and time permits that we can get down and look into some more things. But as of right now, there's nothing, and I'm trying to go with, letting law enforcement do their investigation to the fullest. I don't know what's going on. We're not, what's the best words to put into it? We're not in to talking with even the family or anybody anymore. People say, that same YouTuber that reported this with the dog said, well, if you want to get away with a crime, move to Hawkins County. Maybe that Don and Candace are getting away with whatever they want to. Well, I'm sorry, Don's in jail right now. So obviously he's not getting away with everything that he wants to.
Obviously, he's not gotten away from the crime that he did commit that we know that there's proof that he committed. He's serving the consequences of that.
Yeah. So. It's just too much. And then the other day when we were trying to do, this is what really hurt my heart for the family of Richard Honaker. We came on, I was like, and I even had, it's sad that I even had to warn them that this could be like this. I said, look, guys, I don't want y'all to get down and get your spirits down, because when we cover this case, it might not get the attention that it deserves because of the things going on with Summer's case. I said, I just want you to be aware of that, because any other case that's covered right now doesn't get that kind of attention. And I hated having to tell them that. Honestly, it did better than what I thought it would. Over the past few days, people were paying attention and looking into it. But it's hard to tell a family that's been reaching out to us, please, that they haven't, his case never got the media attention that it deserved. They talked about it for a little short segment when he first went missing and when his body was found. He was missing for a whole year.
11 months.
11 months. Sorry, not a whole year. Almost a whole year. And his body was found right behind, in between his sister's house and his wife's house where he lived. It laid there the whole time.
Supposedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. To what the family said. But his clothes were clean. There was only dirt in his pockets. His remains were, I hate to be, put this as a trigger warning, but his top half was separated from his lower half of his body 30 yards apart. People said they could be, animal drags or whatnot, but the family they were very, very awesome about speaking about all this.
Yeah.
Very bluntly, very up in your face. They were just telling it how it is because they want justice for Richard. They're trying to say that this man fell down a hill, that he frequented this area as his
he walked that hill between his house / his wife's house where he was living and his sister's house. They said almost daily
was his quiet spot. He liked to be outdoors, and this hill is not steep enough that you would fall. And his death certificate said blunt force trauma to the head and torso. I don't know. We're going to keep looking into that. You people all make me sick, Michelle Abbott said. Well, good. You can disappear too. Thank you. You make us sick. Bye.
I've already got rid of one today.
So yeah, you can get rid of them. That's fine.
I'm not doing it today.
Yeah, we're not falling into it. These cases matter.
Yeah.
Those people do not matter. These are the people that we have a problem with. These are the ones that when we did we were making fun of our impersonating the trolls in the true crime community. With me and Allie and Chasing Truth, I thought that was the funniest thing ever. If you haven't seen that, it was hilarious. But that's just our emotion. This is what we hear all the time. If you try to be fair about a case, then you make people sick. Summer deserves, Richard deserves people to look in with an open spectrum to see all of it. They deserve it. And all the other cases in Tennessee and Southwest Virginia that get no attention whatsoever. People deserve, or these people that are missing deserve for people to look past what everybody else is telling you and to see if there was more to it. Because Richard's family, not just one person in his family, multiple people. There was four people that were on that live with us the other night. It was his cousin, his brother-in-law, his sister, and his other cousin. They were all there speaking out because, here, give her a wrench. Like the
crimes have consequences. I don't know that anybody else or anywhere else has covered this case. We have 3 videos on it on our channel now.
We need to put the other one in the playlist that we just did
right now while we're talking about it. We have a whole playlist if you go to our playlist on our video section talking about it. But that's the only, even the local news, like Kim said, whenever he went missing, they did a short segment on it saying, that he was missing and giving his description and everything. Other than that, he was not mentioned on local news until his body was found 11 months later. And they just did a short segment about how his body was found. So,
Yeah.
it's just really sad.
Hey, Jimmy from the Bayou, how are you doing? I don't know what's being talked about. It says Truth BK said that he would like his commission. Said, who said that? Oh, that's ridiculous. No. I don't know what that is, but listen, I gotta get off track again. So, if you go into our video section, watch the videos on this case. Basically, he was the day he goes missing. He's with his wife. They stop by a gas station. They go home. I think he takes a walk and he's not seen ever again. Law enforcement does not really do a search for him. There was multiple search groups that came in and wanted to help with it. They were turned away by law enforcement. The family searched the area that he was found multiple times. The brother-in-law was in that area multiple times. He was not there. To their knowledge, he said, we looked all around the area. He was not there, is what they said. And then, basically they can see the path from the back door of the sister's house to where they could have seen where he was at. Yeah, exactly, Kim Holmes. And there was another body found when Richard Timothy Honaker's body was found. There was another body found 40 yards away, 40 or 50 yards from his body. That's what's crazy. So you're telling me that both these people both fell down this same hill in a year period, and and broke pretty and died. I mean, and it broke them in half pretty much. Well, at least Richard. It's terrible. If you watch the live that we did just the other day with the family, we show pictures of what's found in his pockets. The things that were found at the crime scene, the scene of where he was. I guess it's not considered a crime scene, but there was hedge clippers, things that weren't even taken into evidence. His clothes were taken off of him when his remains were found, and they were sent back to the family without even being, went over forensically. They were sent back in a black trash bag, still damp, is what the family said. When you hear this case, it'll blow your mind. Did you put it in the playlist?
I did.
So it's now in that playlist. You guys have to watch it. We are going to be doing a cuff 'em and stuff 'em. We are going to be doing another live with the family where we're going to be showing some police reports and stuff. We're going to be talking to the wife, hopefully, of Richard, and she's going to tell you what's going on. The reason I feel like this is very relevant is you get to see what kind of things that how law enforcement in this area, and this Southwest Virginia, East Tennessee, is pretty much, people consider this all the same area. Okay. It is. I can have breakfast watching game. Well, thank you, Vicky. Yeah, I'm sorry again, guys, that this is so late and that we came on here, but we are. I told them that Cuffham and Suffham said, "Did you apply for a Freedom of Information Act for both cases?" I did. Give them that information to do that. They are also going over local law enforcement's head to try to get some internal affairs investigation kind of going on to look into his case. This is another big thing that is very interesting about this case, Richard. So when the wife was told, and this is from her, I've been having correspondence with her. She was told to tell Richard's family that he just fell and to quit asking questions. That came from her mouth. Why so much cover up? and these aren't the only. Brianna, she knows a lot about these cases around here. She's looked into them too. There was multiple in the same area in different counties, but multiple people found deceased going back around the same time period. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I do too, sweetie. I really do hope that they pick this up and look into it.
Yes, the two people that they found were unrelated to each other.
Yeah.
The other guy, not Richard, but the other guy went missing maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I think they said, before their bodies were found. So that was
no. So Jimmy, I like you, man. I don't understand. Why do you say that? I like everybody, man. Until people, are rude or just not nice about things. I like everybody. Go ahead, Allison.
I don't remember what I was saying.
No, you were talking about the internal or the not related.
Oh yeah, and so Richard went missing in March of 2021, and the other guy, which his name was Ray Nesbitt.
Ray Nesbitt.
That was found close to him, went missing in January of 2022, I believe. So the fact that they both went missing and were found in the same location, 10 months apart? That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they found the other body where beside Timmy at the same time.
I know, but I'm saying that they went missing 10 months apart.
Oh, they went missing 10 months apart,
and
but their bodies were found at the same time in the same area, just yards apart. Hey Terry, how are you doing? Hey Scuba Steve, this is in Tazewell County, Virginia, where this case is. The town would be Richlands, Raven, Virginia. The guy that had been missing for a while that was found in the burnt car not far away as well. See, I didn't know that she filled us in on that. And then, we had the cases even in Hawkins County where the two people were found in the burnt car right after after Summer went missing. There's a lot of crime that started hitting this area right around that time. And it's I don't know why. I don't know what the relation is to it, but, with Richards, this is the thing that we've tried to stress with him in his case. The man had changed his life. Yes, he had a past, but he had been out of trouble since 2014, changed his life around, was raising kids that were not his, one which had a mental disability. And, the father of those children, when had never met Richard, did a video saying, did a video showing how much he respected and wanted Richard to be found, and thanking him for what he, thanking him for taking care of his children. I'm respectful and neighboring are going on to beside one or two. Jimmy, I don't know what's going on. I didn't see all your comments, brother, so I'm sorry. A bunch of crazy stuff on Molly's life about the dogs and that they had stomach full of worms and infection. That is not true. If y'all are just now coming into this, I'm going to put this back up here to let y'all, and we're going to read this again because this should stop all rumors. These are the people that are getting all these people are looking at, and I've had a problem with this, and I'm not going to name which creators there are, but there's been so many things portrayed as factual being fed to people that is not factual. And this right here, it should stop that right in its tracks. This is from the Humane Society. If you just came in, please read. This is over, and we're jumping back and forth. This is back to Summer's case, and this is talking about the dogs and the one that was found at the bottom of the property. Let me zoom in on this. I don't even know if it was found at the bottom of the property. I've heard that it was found on a different property.
They said, from what I've gathered, it was found at the bottom of the road, like in the road, kind of.
So it's it got hit by a car.
Yeah.
This is from Hawkins County Humane Society 5 hours ago. We want to inform our followers of a situation we have. There are several YouTubers who are harassing and speaking negatively of our shelter. They are constantly harassing us and a certain family. They are claiming that the dogs are starved and neglected. We have taken in 3 of this family's pets and had them adopted. They were in good health. We have been helping them with food and dog houses. Now they are claiming that one of the dogs there starved to death and is being eaten by buzzards and flies. And I added that the same YouTuber said pigs. Where that came from, I never will understand. I am assured they had 7 dogs and still do. It was probably a dog that was hit, but not theirs. Please do not feed into this. You all know how much we care for animals, and we believe these animals are being cared for. We were inundated with phone calls, emails, and Facebook messages today to the point that we were hard put to do what we had to do. Please believe us. If we thought that any of this was true, we would act. The sheriffs have been there many times and found no sign of abuse or neglect. Thank you for supporting us. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention other creators, and please don't mention any other. We're not going to talk. I'm just saying a lot of things have been put forth as factual, and it's not. This right here, what I said at the beginning is this is many people just want them to be arrested, and I'm going to go over this.
And I am, as we speak, I'm putting that in our community section.
Yeah, we're posting this from the Humane Society in our community section. If you need to find it and have something to reference to, please do. Back to thing. Yeah, I agree with you. You know who you are that just text me, and yeah, I agree with you. This has been put forward. I think this has been a plan to get somebody, to get these people arrested just for anything. Just because that's how far the hate has gone. And that's not right. You can't be arrested on something unless there's evidence to back it up. We're going to go over, and that's just part of due process, and that's a part of an investigation, and everybody's right. So if you are out there and you say that it's okay that somebody gets arrested when there's no evidence, so then you therefore would be giving up your own right to say that you were accused of something and it wrong and you didn't have anything to do with it. Say your child was accused of something and you know for a fact that they didn't have anything to do with it, but yet the public swears up and down that you did. So then are you saying then it's okay that to go ahead and arrest people on what the public opinion is? No, it's not. And I guarantee you that anybody else that be put in those shoes would not say, would not agree with that. But I mean, we've seen crazier things here, right? That there have been nobody taking care of them for the past 2 or 3 weeks, just like right. But that's not true. To my knowledge, that's not true. And I believe that they went in, that sheriff's office would investigate it. Just because we haven't heard people, heard the people out on YouTube, and I don't know who's talking to who because I'm not in that loop anymore. And I feel much better not being part of that in that loop anymore. I don't want to know anything as far as, who's doing this and if they're sick or not, or if that has no bearing to me. I would rather. Oh, thank you, Linda Helming. I appreciate that so much. Oh, thank you, True Crime and Coffee. People that put DNA on that like button. Grandis is gone. To our knowledge.
To our knowledge.
But we don't know.
I'm assuming that she's probably gone.
Yeah. But again, that's when we were told that we weren't allowed to be on the property anymore. That's that's the last time we did. And I was asked to come work on Grandma's vehicle. And then that was when Candace was went camping or whatever, and she said, "No, I don't. It wasn't that. You're not allowed, but nobody's there with unless I'm. Nobody's allowed up there unless I'm there." I just said
understandable.
That's understandable, but
the way that it all went down.
Yeah, it gotten to the point that it was just.
If this hadn't have been the 85th time, and I'm exaggerating, it was more like the 6th time that we had been told we weren't allowed on that property, then we probably would have, said whatever, that's fine. But, eventually it just becomes too much.
Lex Luthor said, rumor or fact, did Candace go to her court date?
No idea.
No idea. That if that court date was over the boys, and that's under gag order, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, and there's no way to find that out, truth or fact on that. But I don't know. Only thing that I can attest for is in December. This is what I know of. In December, I know that Candace did not take the trip to go see her visit for the boys around Christmas time. She didn't go to that. I don't know as to what happened after that. I don't know where Candace is either, Mary Jane. The last thing we heard is that she supposedly might have had COVID, right?
That she was sick, yeah.
That she was sick. The court date for the boys is April 29th, Brandy A says. Hey, Brandy, how are you doing? Okay. Oh, she said, I think it's public record court dates. You'd be able to find if it was adjourned, rescheduled, I believe. I can look that up right now.
Yeah, we can look.
Hold on, I got it. Actually, let me do that. Thank you, Lex. That's true. Let me look that up actually right now. I can do it with y'all on here. All right, let me share my screen. Oh, don't do that. How about did what I always do and
close it out.
Close my own self out. Okay.
See, I didn't think you could see court dates online for juvenile cases either, but
I'll show you. I'll just show you what it gives us the ability to look at. It gives us either civil or domestic court. Is my options here, and we'll look at it together. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So we have the ability to look at criminal or civil. We can look at circuit court, general sessions, clerk, and master. That's the. Can y'all see that right there? Okay. So we'll start in, I guess, in criminal, and we will start in. We'll just say clerk and master. No, that won't let you do. This says, welcome to Hawkins County Online Court Record System. Please select a case type to search for the menu on the left. Additionally, you can use the drop down at the top of the page to select what court you want to search. So it's only giving you the ability to look at civil right there with clerk and master. So it wouldn't be civil. No. So I'll go to general sessions, and we can look in that, and it would be criminal. So we'll do her name first. It'd be under Candace Bly or Candace Wells. We'll do Bly first. We'll just check it and see what it says. No results were found. So now I'll just switch the last name. Nothing. Now we'll do Donald Wells. All right. So what comes up for Donald Wells is State of Tennessee versus Donald Wells 2/7/2022 and 8/15/2001. Let's click on this top one and we'll see what it says. Okay. That's his balance due that's his court cost. judge. Status disposed, February 7th. Charges: driving on roadways, lanes for traffic, registration expired, open container, DUI first offense, financial responsibility law. And that was dismissal and no process. This bottom one.
I think
What?
it should be in like family court, but
there isn't an option for family court.
right, because I don't know that
All it says is general sessions, but it would be in juvenile domestic relations.
I don't see them putting it online.
I don't either, because that's
It's underage. Even without the gag order, I don't think that they would put anything
because it has to do with minors.
Right.
That's right. Register of actions to show court hearing. Well, let's see. Like we said, I don't think it's going to allow you to look up anything to do with a minor, because you're not going to be able to put minors. Yeah, exactly, Jack. Yes, when minors are involved. I just wanted to show you that I've looked. Yeah, you're welcome, Lex Luthor. You're welcome. That's what it's good to do. It's good that we can have the ability to look at it together through this and go over things that people have questions about. Okay, so yeah, well, Kim Holmes, you're right too. It is none of our business when it goes to the boys, but I'm just showing that they don't. You're exactly right. It is none of our business when it comes to those children. But I was just showing that they don't list those things. That's very true. Usually, family court is total different departments, not so accessible. Very true. Thank you, Natasha. Hey, Patty. Thank you for joining. Kim Holmes, you're welcome. And basically that, what I've said from the beginning, regardless of what our thoughts and opinions are from pictures and things that have been seen, and people, I went over this too. You can't take every picture you see in this case unless it's the original picture and use it as fact, because we've even seen that a very, very big YouTuber was even showed pictures that were photoshopped of Summer, that had things that were photoshopped into it, and I don't think that we're caught on to it. And we have to be very careful what we look into. I feel like that if there were certain things involved with Summer's case, as far as the neglect and abuse with the boys, there would be charges filed, and there would be people I don't feel like you can wait on things like that. On those boys, can you wait when a crime you can hold back? As far as everything I've ever known, law enforcement, if there is a crime committed, you're getting charged for it. If they know for a fact that you've committed a crime against somebody, you are getting charged for it. Cops don't come and ask questions. The only reason they're asking questions is because they don't know yet. If they know for a fact and it has to be something, unless they're still investigating it with the boys and they're asking questions and stuff, that would be the only way not. But if there was so much proof to go on, I feel like there would be charges already. And that's just common sense. It's just trying to think between the lines.
Or our opinion.
My opinion. I just, now, am I saying that everything that they did was, as far as their living condition, everything was okay? No, I'm not. Yeah, Sierra, I understand. People were angry about the dog. But to hear that from the Humane Society and to see that,
I think that says a lot.
That says a lot, and it disproves a lot of things. That should give very big light into some people's credibility, right there. I don't know. Look, Dee Roberts, I agree with you 100%. Now, the changing of the story. Now, there has been lies that have been told that we've been able to prove that were inconsistent with things that she had said prior. As far as the story with the day that she goes missing and everything, what has changed with that?
Really, all I know of is the the added nap from
The
grandma.
ad, which she talked about, that came out early on with
Mhm.
critical case thing.
Right. But
That she took a nap, but we didn't have proof
like
from her mouth.
Yeah.
From her mouth that she took a nap. Then there was the added on things like they washed their hands on the back of the truck. Dawn said that, but Dawn wasn't there. Allegedly. I don't know. That's the issues that we all have. We all wonder what's going on. Now that you have so many people that will break down this case and say, well, they've said this and said that and said just because. So best way I can say this with Grandma, when she says, don't get me wrong, this raised my eyebrows up too. And her interview, when they asked her, when she said, then we took Summer, went swimming. I think it was at the horse. I think it was the horse stable.
She said, we dropped off my prescription and Summer went swimming. I think it was the horse stables.
Yeah.
That kind of, she didn't say we took her swimming. She said Summer went
swimming. And then, yeah.
And she said, I believe it was the horse stables. That raised my eyebrow.
Thank you, Elise. It raised both of our eyebrows. We were like, what? What do you mean you think? But then again, she's thinking back. She's like, is that what they called it? The horse? I don't know. We don't know. We know that law enforcement is looking at, they're paying attention to everything. But today, the things that have happened, this is why I labeled this live stream, what can be done. This is definitely not helping when you're calling in with things about a dog that is laying on the bottom of the road that she made claims that she saw it Tuesday, but then it's passed away today and all that's left is its feet, is what she said.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
Dog was eating it.
Yeah, and a wild hog and all this. That doesn't help anything. Let me get it something to drink and I'll come right back and we'll go over what Detective Pruitt said. Give me just 1 second.
Please.
Okay.
Okay, so he just kind of left me here. So, let's see. Yeah, what really kind of threw me whenever they were talking about that dog was the whole being eaten by pigs thing. Because that, I'm telling you, as I'm 32 years old and I have never, ever seen a wild hog in this area at all. There are pig farms, yes, but those are not, they're not just running around eating dead animals.
Yeah.
So it was just odd to me that was said.
To me, when it's like the person skips.
We're going to show people this is Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Did you hear them popping them bears? That's what it be said. Let's see here. Doesn't want to work. She wants to play. Her electric was cut off the other day. Hey, look. I agree with you. The responsibility that she should have been, look, we 100% will stand behind this. I don't know about the power and all that, but I'll tell you this. It was time for her to step up.
It was time for her to step up.
Long time ago. Yeah, what did you say?
I said at least 10 months ago.
At least 10 months ago.
Preferably before, but anyway, that's a different story.
To get help, to get into rehab, to do the things that she needed to do for her kids should have happened a long time ago. That's a fact. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Give her a little bit of time for grief. Yes, some people say yes, some people say no. But things should have been changing a long time ago. That she, and especially when she found out that Don had gotten in trouble and that he was probably going to jail. At least get ready for what's to come. Have a plan of action, job, something.
Well, we know that they were given a list of things that they needed to do from DCS.
Get a job.
Right.
Yeah.
Get a job. I'm sure that there was some sort of counseling or rehab or something. And what have we seen them complete? as far as that goes.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, when it was offered to go to rehab, even outpatient, just go to once a week meetings. I brought that to them. Once a week, go to a meeting. That's all you have to do. And this place that I offer to both of them works with the courts. The courts believe in what they do. The courts will work with them. I said, just go to once a week meetings. That's all you have to go talk to them. They will help you in any way you might,
Actually, we told them, well, I know that I personally told them of 3 different locations that they could go to for these once a week meetings. So they could have went once a week. They could have went 3 times a week just to this one meeting.
In my situation, I started going to this same place when my walk to recovery. And when I went to this one place, I saw opportunities because once a week was not enough for me. So I had to I found meetings in even different towns. My town, Bristol, and another town. And I was going to 3, sometimes 4 a week because that's what was needed. Do we all, the effort and the actions speak louder than words. It's okay if you slip and you fall during your walk to recovery, but get back up and keep doing what you have to do. What I was told by Candace was that I'm allowed to complete them at home. That's what she told me. She said, I can do it at home. I'm sorry, I've been through court system and everything with when you're sentenced to recovery or when you're sentenced to counseling, and that's not the option given to do it at home.
I do know that, especially the one that we talked about, they do stream theirs online to where you can watch them online.
Yeah.
But in order to be in compliance with court,
yes, you have to go there physically.
Physically be there, and usually they have to sign things. Well, that was for probation and things like that. They would have to sign.
Well, you have to sign off. That's what they send to the court is your signature and the date and time and what you're doing.
Right, stating that you are there, and
you can even go and volunteer. There, somebody said Tracy McDaniels. You have to get signatures.
Exactly.
Bama Truth Seeker says can't do it alone. He meant to say can't do it alone. Exactly. There was people said, Cam, why didn't you reach out? Why didn't you offer? I did multiple times and said, I'll go with you. I'll help you. But it was, I was shut down every time. That's the best, but people aren't going to get help till they want help. You're not going to change until you want it for yourself. It's not what everybody else wants. Even this is so sad to say. Addiction is a very selfish disease. So selfish. It doesn't matter if your children are begging you, if your parents are begging you, if your wife is, or your spouse is begging you, your brothers, sisters. You're not going to change till you want to change, till you want that drive and difference in your life. And nobody's going to give it to, you're not ever going to get to that point till you completely hit rock bottom and nobody's there for. And I don't think that Candace, now Don might have at this point, have hit rock bottom. He's locked up. We don't know. We don't know what Don's feeling. But at this point, Candace has also always had a cushion to fall on. She's always had somebody to do it for her as of this point in time. And you're never going to get, I hope that makes sense to everybody. And I feel like if people would actually listen to what's coming out of our mouths sometimes instead of speculating on what other people are saying, they would see these are the same things I've been saying from the very get-go. It says court in Hawkins County was closed Good Friday, 4/15/2022, so there was no court for Candace and Don. Exactly. That's very true. Right.
But was it the 15th that they were saying?
Was it the 15th that they were saying that she went to court, or the 14th?
Or did not go to court.
Or didn't go to court, 14th or 15th?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
That's a good point, man. People got to take into account. My mom was an alcoholic for 20 years. She did not sober up till she wanted it. Adrian Watkins, exactly.
And what he's saying about it doesn't matter how much somebody begs you. That's 100% true. It doesn't matter. You could be on your hands and knees begging somebody to do better, But until they are ready, it's not going to happen.
That's true. And look, Crimes and Consequences, the reason I don't believe she's at rock bottom yet is because she's still having fun going on camping trips. That's the last time I ever even spoke to Candace. She was bragging about how the last time I spoke to her over a video call, not on text. She was bragging about how they were going camping and she was going to have all this fun and everything. And post cracking cases email fixing to. I will put it. I run it across the bottom of the live here. There you go. Yeah, but that was the thing. That was her mindset. Going camping, going and hanging out with friends, bragging about it. At one point in time, this is the things that really started turning me away from wanting to help, because I felt like the help, we felt like it wasn't appreciated for a long time, but to really seal it in, it's when things were said to us, like when the third search happened, and I sent her the pictures of the concrete little bridge there that was get the picture taken by, I think it was TBI or Hawkins, where whoever put out that third search where they had just a few people and the dogs. I said, "Do you know where this is?" She said, "I don't know and I don't care. They ain't gonna find her." And that really, I was like, wow, that hit home to me. And that's not bashing her in any way. I don't know if that's just her giving up hope. I don't know.
Probably, you have to think about the fact that her sister has been missing for a very long time. So they probably didn't have a lot of hope in the beginning, just even going into this.
Right. I'll turn the camera back on just a minute, guys. Let's see. Yeah, that's the truth. And when she hits rock bottom, there will be, when people are not there to help finance, and that's the thing too. I cannot stand these rumors of, we weren't standing. I didn't want anything to do with the money. I didn't want nothing to do with anything that was going on with up there. I said, you can send it directly to her or whatever, because when you have people doing everything for you, then you're never going to have to face responsibility, have to take responsibility for what's going on. Yeah, she said that to me. Somebody said she said that to you, Cam. Yeah, she did. I talked about that a while back on Chasing Truth. I was in her chat and I talked about that a little bit. Thank you, Bama Truth Seeker. Let's see. Yes, guys. We're not going to play with the rumors in here. And mods, please don't block anybody. Please don't block anybody. Time out. That's just their opinion. If they're asking about a rumor that we can maybe dispel, that's different than spreading a rumor, right? Let's be careful with that.
So what he's saying, don't block anybody if they're just having an opinion.
Yeah, if it's just an opinion or asking a question, maybe we could talk. I just have to be able to catch these. And nobody's blocked or timed out. It's on slow mode. I have it set for 25 seconds in between messages. That way I can be able to read them. That's true, Backwoods, Georgia girl. I agree with you. Sobriety can be very terrifying when you have so much pain to deal with. It's very true. It can. But the only way to ever get past it, and that's what I'm saying, and that's hitting rock bottom with it, is the only way to ever get past something that's so terrifying is to face it head on and say, this is what's going on in my life. And I live it in my personal walk. I had to say, Lord, I lay all these things at your feet. I can't do them. I can't change it, but you can. And I'm giving my faith into you. Now that's the only way that I feel like, in my opinion. There are many walks to sobriety, and there's many that are successful. But I'm just saying that's mine. Okay, let's see here. Try to catch up with what's being said. Maybe because she believes. She said Kathy Williamson said maybe because she believes she is gone from the area, or they would have found her from the beginning. I don't know. I'm telling y'all guys, until you see this area with your eyes, then you would see how easy it is to look. I found like it or not, we found a campsite that was not even 950 feet away from the Wells property up on top of a mountain that law enforcement and all those search agencies did not see. A campsite that we reported to them. So it is very easy if you can walk past a complete campsite, and we don't know that they were given permission to go on that property or what. I don't know, but it was on the other side of that fence line, like I said. Just one question for you guys. Yeah, Bama Truth Seeker. Yeah, no, Candace is not at a concert. I don't believe that, to my knowledge.
Well, even if she is, it's not any of our business.
Yeah, I don't know that she would. She might be. Now, hell, I don't know. It's be crazy. I don't know. That's true. Back with Georgia's girls, she said they're so fun to be an alcoholic. Brietta, rumors do nothing but feed drama channels. Very true. That's very true, too. Patty Barnett. She said, I think she tried to assure people she was okay when it's obvious addicts always want to pretend to be happy, but she's not. We all need love. Addicts maybe more so. Very true. Very true. Because a lot of people that go through addiction feel like that people don't love them anymore, or they don't fit in with society, or they're the black sheep of society. I've talked about this before too, that with addiction, there is a country, I think it's in Portugal. It's Portuguese. It is Portugal. That drugs were decriminalized, all of them, and instead of incarcerating people that were found with possession and charges like that of just something to fix their addiction, instead of incarcerating them, they gave them rehab and they put them in a good job and let them be part of society, and their reoffending rate is almost zero. People that feel like they're part of the community and have become sober and are part of society and are treated like so, and they give them opportunities to get a home, have something in their life, that people don't go back to addiction. It's very, very small, the percentage. Look that up if you haven't ever looked that up. It's very good. Face it and take back your life. It's very true. There are horses at the watering hole where Summer went missing. Yes, there is, Cindy Vaughn. That's what those horse stables are. Yes, exactly. They've used that place. I think that we've seen the horse tracks down right at the water, right there. I don't know if they take them down there to drink or not. I don't know.
We know that there's people that come out there to tend to the horses, and I'm assuming that they probably will get them out and take them down to the water. But I don't know.
Tracy McDaniel, I did too. She said I had to kiss the carpet several times. Prayer. Very true. Thank you, Sharon Yellen. I appreciate that. Yeah, look, Bama Truth Seeker asks, you don't have to send a super, you have to just tag me in a question. Say at Cracking Cases. What's your question? I want to answer it. I'm sorry if I've missed it. Did I miss it?
I know, I keep looking for it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've looked for it too, and I don't see. Okay, as a local, I've reached out to you guys. Okay. What was your question, though? And if I haven't caught your email, I am very sorry. We have lots and lots of emails, and I'm so sorry. And I have fell short on answering them here lately. Yes, there's Kim Holmes. Very true. Kim, what gets me there is other suspects. And it's like no one's even thinking about that. Very true. There are other people of interest. They said that's the thing. I don't know. I'm waiting for her question. At cracking cases, I've tried. I'm waiting for. Go ahead and ask your question. I'll answer it. I'm trying my best to answer everybody. I just can't see all of them. Let's see. So the campsite cracking cases was by the wells. Yes, it was a property that was 950 feet away.
Approximately.
Approximately. I've showed it on maps and everything on past live streams. Just how far. I even mapped it out. If people will go and watch that, you'll see just how close that was. Before I go back over to Richard's case and talk about something that is relevant to this case, which Summer deserves us to talk about things, but I'm not going to be part of that the rumor mill thing. Mama Bear, hey Mama Bear, sorry I didn't give anybody a heads up.
And this is late for us.
Very late.
We don't usually go live this late. We have been a couple times lately, but
could the campsite been LETBI or FBI? No, I do not believe so at all, because this was very, very small makeshift. It was. People have even said. People still argue the fact that they believe it's something for. It was. They said it was downhill. It was downhill. This is on the very top peak of a hill, a mountain. In the ridge line, it's a very small ridge line that you walk, and it is straight down on the side facing the wells. It's like a vantage point. There's no other reason that I would see that to be used for, and you can't now. And it was old. This is the thing that the former law enforcement that I showed these pictures to before ever showing it to anybody else on here said that is definitely a vantage point, and it is old. He looked at the rust on the chairs, which there were none. He said that's probably to the equivalent of about the same time. At that point in time, 5 months.
He said about how was it? He put it about 5 to 6 months, or about something like that.
Yeah. So we found it in October.
Yeah.
He said that he dated the range of when that was last used around 5 or 6 months prior, or 5-6 months prior to us finding in October. So we put it around June, January, February, March, April. So probably around April, May, and June, somewhere around there. It is what it is, said, but don't. But so how can you say that though? By pictures, it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. There's no evidence that says that. You have hearsay of what people are saying. There's been no reports. How come they haven't been charged with neglect and abuse and all that? Now, you can go back. People say, well, she was taken. Her prior kids were taken. No, they weren't. She gave up her rights to her first 2 children. Was there abuse with those children from the father? Right. Now, we don't know the whole story of that. That was in Wisconsin. Now, you can say people can imply what happened there and put it to this. I don't to this case here where it was Summer gone missing, the boys here. She had them for 13 years. That's how almost 13 years before they were taken out of her custody. The boys. I don't know. I just say this is. Look, I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just saying we have not seen anything that supports that. Right.
Right.
Or is that fair to say? You see pictures, and people say, well, look, those are bruises. Could that not be dirt? Could that not? We don't know. Now we do see. I will agree with this. In pictures of Summer, you see her that she looks thinner, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She looks much thinner towards the time that she was getting ready. She disappeared.
Marie, that's a good point. She was also much younger with her past children.
That's true. And this is not sympathizing. This is just trying to help me.
I mean, it's just facts. I mean,
it's just facts. Yeah, it's not sympathizing. It's just saying, where is the proof that backs up these things?
Right.
So many, you know what I'm saying? I'm try to be fair with it. put handcuffs, and the judge. That's Natasha. Very good. She said, "Really, it's not up to us. It's up to the ones who can put handcuffs and the judge to convict."
Exactly.
Very true. The real Gigi said, "I wish Hawkins County would have refused to let free help come in and search. They never let free help. They asked, those were search agencies, and the people that were allowed to come in and search were people that were given permission by private property owners. Those were the ones that were allowed to come in." Hummingbird Carver says, "Craig cases, maybe they are waiting until they get a lot of concrete evidence that way they will put away whoever for a long time." Don't you think? It's very true. But then at the same time, if this is my only argument to this, and I'm not going to, I have to, I don't know when you came in or how long you've been listening, but my only argument is, would you be able to hold back charges of abuse on children if you have facts and evidence that they are abused? Would there not be charges already put in place for that? And you would be able to see those charges because those would go to a criminal charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a criminal, and it would start in domestic relations and then or go to a circuit court. However, I don't think that you can hold back charges and say, well, we're just going to wait on these against these children. If there was any kind of, just saying, I don't know. Brianna, she said she had 3 babies before getting with Dawn. Is it? So all we know of is 2.
All we know of is 2. And then people have said that she had another baby after summer that she gave up for adoption, but we have no...
There's nothing that supports that.
Yeah, nothing.
And believe me, we've looked. We've looked into that. There was the rumor that's a good one. Thank you I'm glad you brought that up, because there was a rumor that there was another little girl that was born after summer, and that she was given up for adoption. We've looked into that. There would have to be an adoption record, right?
Mm-hmm.
There would have to be. It's coming, but the charge of murder if Summer isn't found. Now there is ways of filing charges. We've seen it before without finding remains or anything, that they have charged people on circumstantial evidence, not physical evidence, but circumstantial. I don't know. Neva Wilson says, I think it was a tree cutter. Look, I don't know. She said on a video, I wish I could remember who had it. Who said what? Real Gigi.
Tammy Burchett said, Candace admitted
She admitted she gave away a baby girl before getting with Dawn. Huh. I'd like to... Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Where can we find that? Because if it's there, I'd like to see that. Because I've never heard that from her. Have you?
Mm-mm.
Lulu crying at White Rabbit.
The only
Good
ones that I
point.
knew about was the son and the daughter back when she was young.
In
that
Wisconsin.
She gave up. She did give them up.
Her ex-husband, Andrew.
Yeah.
Right. Right, Cindy Vaughn says adoption records have nothing to do with Summer missing.
Right.
Very true. Unless, well, that's where the whole rumor thing goes. Hey, Raybird, how are you? And White Rabbit in here? Hey, White Rabbit, how are you? Why did they take the boys then besides unsafe conditions? Look, that's not what... Okay, now I didn't say that. I didn't say it wasn't because of unsafe there what I said was that there would be charges filed if there was... I feel like... Now, this is my own opinion, and it might be wrong. Now, I go back in our community section and look at Tennessee. I posted Tennessee's... their protocol for removing children from a home. I did all 4 pages and put it in the community section. You can find that. Now, what Don said, and I'm not saying this is true at all, but what Don said was that he slipped up. Now, they do take children because of people failing piss test for drug tests. I'm sorry, I use the word piss test, but that's what I always called them. They do take children out of the home for failing piss tests and they are drug tests, and they take them out. And Don said that I slipped and started drinking again. It was unsafe. People were coming on a news station even reported this. Now I can find this for you, and let me find that real quick. There's a news station that reported when the boys first got taken. I think it was out of Atlanta. It was a news station out of Atlanta that said that the boys were taken out because Don said people were sneaking up on the property and it was unsafe and all that. Remember that? Mm-hmm. So they reported that on the news. Now I don't know if there's any fact behind that. I'm just saying what was reported. Now I do know that they do take children out of the home for failing multiple drug screens and not complying with social services requests. The only thing I said was if there was physical, mental, essay, I feel like there would be charges filed at this point in time. That's what I said. And that's just my personal opinion and what I read. So check that out. Maybe I can find it right here. We'll look at it. Give me just 1 second. And if I can't, now I'm not going to be able to see the chat. So don't think I'm ignoring anybody if you ask me a question, because I'm going to be on another screen.
People were saying that Lips had Loose Lips played a recorded phone call of Candace talking about having a baby and giving it up at birth.
Okay. Well, see, that's why it's important that we have a database for all this stuff that's been said. But I mean, I didn't know that. And then again, Candace has been known to say things to throw a wrench and to cause all sorts of rumor, just like she did with telling Ernie and saying that there wasn't a basement on the shed. By the way, I found the video that shows the door to the basement on that shed where we were flying the drone up there.
Well,
so I can show that, and we'll do that tonight too. I guess I can go to the community section and pull that up. That'd be an easier way of finding that, right? Lord have mercy. It's okay. You're killing me over there, dude. Shoulder shrugs. Okay, let's see. Let me find this. That's where it says, here's another thing we posted if you haven't seen it 3 weeks ago. Cadaver dogs were used on Tuesday's search, as they have been in the past. That was just me proving that people say cadaver dogs weren't used. Yes, they were. Okay. And then that one too. Earhart told Channel 11 that cadaver dogs were utilized during Tuesday's search, as they have been in the past. Thought that was important. Let me go back over here. And I'm not even sharing my screen right now, and I'm telling people to look. Oh, let's see.
Doesn't Allie have an open child abuse case? I don't know.
Her mom
Allie,
does.
Her mom, Sherry, does.
I found it. All right, so I'm going to share the screen here. I found it. Go ahead. Tell about that.
That's all I was going to say.
It was on 2 very young children.
Yes. And that was before Summer went missing.
Right.
That she was charged with that.
Mm-hmm. The police were looking for a white female woman the night before the helicopter was put up. All right. We'll get into that in just a second. Hold on. All right. So hopefully y'all be able to see this. I don't know. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. I'm going to click on it and see if I can. All right. So this is, I posted 5 pages of this. It says, and I highlighted what was very important in red. Yellow was just a good key points. I made sure when I went over this. So it says, subject, removal, safety, and permanency considerations. Physical removal of a child or youth. This is Tennessee's guidelines from DCS. The DCS worker ensures that children and youth are separated from their families and removed from their homes in a manner to reduce trauma to the children, youth, and their families. The DCS worker, 1, obtains proper legal authority from the RGC or designee and or the court enact to removal and adheres to local protocols established. Number 2, I put this in red because it's important, involves law enforcement when necessary to ensure the safety of the child, youth, the DCS worker, and any other individual involved. 4, acquires or makes plans to acquire items necessary for the child's well-being that includes but is not limited to medication, clothing, and toys. Note, any items, clothes, etc. contaminated from methamphetamine exposure may pose further risk. It's possible the child, youth is decontaminated. That's for something else. That was never put into there's been rumor to say that there was that abuse, but there's been no proof to back that up. It says, okay, so the DCS worker asks their parents about any medical conditions or behaviors of the child, youth, and shares all known information with the new caregivers and the worker. 6, I highlighted this in red, and I'm just reading it all because I don't know exactly where the point is that we're looking for that would be to apply to what we're talking about, but it's right here in this, I assure you. The designated worker ensures that the child, youth arrives at the placement, which may be a foster home, licensed child care facility, or relative placement. The worker shares all known medical and behavioral history with the new caregiver. 7, before the removal or as soon as possible thereafter, the worker discusses services planning with the child and family. Children and youth age 6 or older include in services planning unless there is a clinical justification, such as an intellectual or developmental disability, for not doing so. The discussion should include, if appropriate, why the child, youth is leaving the home. This is done in language that is not accusatory or degrading of the parents. Let's see here. Non-emergency removals. A non-emergency removal is a legal proceeding in which DCS petitions to remove a child, youth from the home, but does not ask for the child, youth to be removed immediately. This type of action is appropriate when the immediate safety of the child or youth is preserved due to immediate harm factors being addressed through an IPA form, CS 0-0701, refer to DCS policy 14.9, Child Protective Services Immediate Protection Agreements and Measurements. 1, the decision to file a non-emergency petition is made after conferring with the supervisor, the RGC or designee. The voluntary time-limited plan makes it possible for child, youth to safely remain in the current setting until all parties can appear in court or through prior filing to non-emergency. So there, I just wanted to, the reason I posted this too is to show that there's many reasons that these children can be removed from a home. There's non-emergency removals. There's petitions from an adjudication and deposition with relatives, petitioning solely for adjudication. If y'all want to check this out, I think this will give you a better insight into just there's many reasons that they can take children out of the home. Here's some good ones that I put in red that are very important, though. It says specific threat or harm. There's a particular injury or condition endangering the child or youth. The DCS worker is able to articulate the specific danger and general concerns about the child youth welfare due to not constitute a specific threat or harm. The threat of harm is serious in situation including but not limited to conditions constituting severe child abuse as defined in Tennessee Code ANN 37-1-102. This includes abuse or neglect that is likely to cause serious bodily injury or death. Abuse or neglect resulting in serious bodily injury, including but not limited to second or third degree burns, fracture of the bone, a concussion, subdural or subarachnoid bleeding, retinal hemorrhage, cerebral edema, brain concussion, injuries in the skin that involve severe bruising, or the likelihood of permanent or protracted disfigurement, including the sustained by whipping a child, youth with objects. So, I mean, it goes either way. There's multiple reasons that they can take them, and I've made sure to put all these in red for the things that have been said. I made sure to be very fair with this and mark everything on it. Other consideration. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say Lex Luthor, the Wells property does have 3 sheds, yes.
Yes, it does.
There's the smaller tool shed that another channel talked about early on that they thought Dawn was hiding in.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the one that is going down towards the bottom property. It's on the top property, but it's right beside the trail going down to the bottom property. And then there's one that is on the bottom property.
Somebody said, Lisa, what is Cam reading? What I'm reading is that there's multiple different reasons why these kids can be taken out of there. It doesn't have to be just abuse. There's total speculation on that until a report is given why they were taken out of there.
And we don't know.
And we don't know.
They're minors. They will not talk about those things.
Exactly. Here, did you see Bama?
Yes.
What was it that she asked?
They just keep saying that they've reached out to us as a local and that they've tried to call us. But I don't know what they're talking about.
You could reach out to me and email again, and I will answer you that way. And I will make sure to be looking for it, and I will answer you, and we can talk whatever you're trying to. We'll get to the bottom of it. Sorry if I haven't seen it. I apologize for that earlier. I'm sorry. That she posted on her Facebook that when she attempted to try to list her property for sale months ago, she didn't list 3 sheds on property. Jose also said 3 sheds.
Yeah, there's most definitely 3 sheds.
Yeah. There is the one that has the basement on it, the small tool shed at the top. The one that has
the basement on it is the one that is beside the trail going down to the bottom part of the property. That's the one I'm talking about that is right there.
Yeah.
But it's the one that has the basement on it. There's a video of that one. There's a couple of videos of that one on our channel.
Yeah.
And then there's the tool shed, and then there's the one on the bottom property, which we also have a video of on our channel.
All right, I'm going to show this video of the basement door on there, and then we'll move on. Hold on one second. I'm just saying, let them say what they're going to say. The mods will get rid of them if they're being disruptive. Said they were cabins. Yeah, I don't know what she's been saying. Okay. Let me pull this video up and we'll show this. I want y'all to see the door to the basement on the shed.
Lex Luthor said most sheds don't have basements, but I'm not from Tennessee.
This one's just like a root cellar.
Yeah, it's like a cellar. The way that this shed is, it's put up on the side of a hill. So the front part of the shed is on the land, like on the ground. And then the back part of the shed is not. It's built up on, what is it, cinder blocks?
Yeah.
So that made a little area underneath that they were able to put a basement / cellar, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, that's it right there. Now let me. I'm gonna have to share my whole screen to be able to show this. Give me just a second. Now, the way I'm gonna have to do this is a little different. So I'm gonna have to share this whole. Okay. Can you see that on there? You can? Okay, here it goes.
Well, yes.
All right. Can you see my mouse? Right here on the back side of this shed right here is the basement door. That goes up under the siding right there, and that's the stone. And then the door is right there. That is how you get to the shed there. And we're standing on the lower part of the driveway doing this drone, dropping this drone down. This was during a search that was being conveyed with first to deploy. See if I got it better. There it is again. You can see the stone wall right there. This is the front of the shed. This was going to be meant to be used as a house, and it became a I guess a storage area for canned foods, and down here was like a root cellar, where this is the basement they were talking about. Let's see if I can. Okay. All right, so there's that. She said, just like says, it is a walkout root cellar, and it only goes halfway across the bottom of that shed. It's only on one side of it. So there's where that door is. With money to do it, of course, made it remodeled and nice. Could have even rented it out. The inside is not done at all, though.
Yeah.
If the outside has nice siding and had windows in it, I don't know why it wasn't ever completed, but
it wasn't. Somebody let me see.
Lulu Crime, that's first to deploy drones. That's he did a interview with us. He had worked with EquiSearch, and the first initial searchers that came in and then continued to do searches. We were all out there that day running his. He had some of the most up-to-date technology that there is. He had even technology with drones that even law enforcement didn't have yet. So it was a real blessing to be able to work with him and be out there and do that. That's not even the coolest drone. I've got pictures of a bigger drone, videos of a bigger drone that we used that day.
Brianna said, was the thing about berry buckets true?
Berry buckets.
Are you talking about we talked about on another channel how when we looked in the basement or the cellar there, that there was like 3 large barrels.
Thank you, Anon. Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Because I'm not sure.
Are you? Okay, yeah. Are you talking about the big barrels we were talking about that were down there? They were I don't know if they were used for liquid. They're big, big.
I don't know that we ever really talked about that on our channel as far as when we looked in the basement there.
Yeah, we didn't, did we?
No, we talked about it somewhere else.
Yeah, so you want to talk?
Yeah.
All
so
right.
Basically, when we went up there, this was the last time that we were up on the property. We were told before we came that we could not have our phones, cameras, anything up there. They didn't want anything recorded this time. This was from Candace. So she told us that we could go and look in that cellar or basement, whatever you want to call it, but that we could not record it. So Grandma walked us down there, and she opened up the door, which, mind you, this door had been locked. They did not have a key to this door of this cellar. Whenever Summer went missing, law enforcement actually had to kick the door in to even be able to get to the inside.
Yeah, there was no key to it from the time when so this is what we were told by Grandma. Said that there was no key to it, and law enforcement had to kick that door open to that basement.
And you could tell on the door that it had been kicked in, just from the damage to where, like on the, what's it called? The
paneling.
Yeah.
Door panel. Yeah.
So whenever they
trim,
that's what I was thinking. So whenever she opened up that door, there was these 3 large barrels inside of that cellar or basement.
And jars with seeds. And
yes, jars with seeds and different things like that. We were told that those barrels were from when Dawn's mom lived on the property. She was a Mormon.
Yeah.
And
that was the description we were given.
Yes.
There's some. She said that his mom was into like, I guess because where they're Mormon, that they store lots of food before, which it goes back to the end times and that. But that's what the description we were given. But when we first looked in there, Allie's exact words is about crap myself.
That's not my exact words, but that's a loose.
Because of the big barrels that were in there, and before any speculation and rumors start,
yes,
law enforcement has searched that basement multiple times. There were huge barrels with lids on them.
The barrels were checked. They were looked inside of
more than once,
and by more than one agency.
Yeah.
So that's the story of the barrels and the shed, the basement / cellar on the shed.
Cindy Vaughn said, "I am Mormon, and we don't let anyone know where our food storage is." Exactly, but they're not. So Don is now, he's Seventh-day Adventist. I don't know what Grandma is. That's what she said. That was just her description of what her food storage was. So, what that area was used for, right? So Natasha says, for those who don't know, this is very common in Utah. I live here, and it's not just for a Mormon thing. Although a lot of Utah people have food storage. Well, a lot of people do because of end time. That's true. But that was the description that was given to us by the grandma, and we're just reporting to you what we were told. That means nothing here nor there. That's not our opinions on anything. That was just what we were told, and we're given. And no, so we need to get y'all spy pens. LOL, just kidding. No, thank you. I'm good.
No thanks.
I'm good. Didn't see how that went out. How that played out. Well, people are now been out of shape over the door. The door frame was kicked frame. Where the door latches, where the lock cylinder goes in, was kicked open. And that whole door frame was ripped down. That's what we were talking about. Yeah, okay. Wildflower, yes. What we were calling, the reason we said basement is Candace called it a basement. What I can best give you a description of it, since I couldn't film it, is a root cellar. It was stone walled all the way up, and only runs halfway across the bottom of that shed, and there's food storage in there. What I've always known to be a root cellar. So yeah, those are common. And this property is very old. There's been, this property goes back. How long did his mom live on it?
I don't even know.
Years and years.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's on crime laws and alibis, also on loose lips. Yeah, okay, I saw you. Yeah, Allie saw that too. We'll check that out.
Sticky said, my dad thought Y2K was going to be the end of the world. It took us 10 years to eat all the rice he had in our basement. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, the food store, it's not a joke. I think it's a very smart thing to do, is to have. I have a bucket of food in there right now that lasts 30 years, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
It's a safety emergency package. I have a bucket that lasts 30 years. The food is good in it for 30 years, and it's like MREs, stuff like that. I keep that in case of emergency. Yeah, you rotate the food. Exactly.
I'm extremely interested in the scream test that Jody Sue described, that she claims she 100% heard the scream. Can you please tell us about that?
Okay. I know I saw where that she did a scream test, I think, off her back porch, or somebody did a scream test out there. I do not know 100% of where the location was and where she did that at. I can't give any. I can't either confirm or deny what the outcome was of that. I do know what I can tell you from being there, and we talked about this early on, and I can see how sound is deflected from certain areas of that property. We were standing up where the dog trail was in the driveway. This is the first time we were on the property, and Don came up the driveway in a 2-wheel drive truck. In that truck, he wasn't there prior to us getting there. He pulls up, and I didn't hear him come up that driveway till he was almost right up on top of us.
He was literally almost on top of us before we saw him or heard
him, because that those woods and that hill, it's almost like a sound barrier. And then you have to think, if you're on the other side of that house, you wouldn't hear anything to where like the camper in that set. I will say that's just the truth of it. Let's see here.
No, we did not get your email, Bama Truth Finder.
It's the email is running across the bottom of the live right now. It's called the Door Jam. Okay, thank you, Just Legs. Appreciate it. They're just talking about the area where the door shuts was kicked open, and that's where law enforcement kicked it in. Let's see, LOL, y'all would think it's weird. Won't think it's weird when these stores have nothing on its shelf. LOL. Glad my whole look, I agree with you, and I'm ready to store more stuff. We're living in uncertain times right now. That's the truth. And it's Bama 101 said, and who are y'all? Very fortunate and blessed by God to be living today. That's who we are. And we were blessed to be able to be a part of looking for summer, and we can still do our part. Everybody can do your part in your area to look into cases that are in your own backyard, just like this one is in ours. That's all we tried to do was help as concerned citizens and as parents of children. And we're going to continue to do that with other cases around our area. That's why we picked up Richard Timothy Honaker's case, and we've done, we really helped in Tegan Dougherty's case, and we're going to continue to help because it's a passion for us, and it makes us feel good to help others. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Look, Bama Truth seeker, nobody's ignoring you. I've answered you as much as I could. I'm about to close this off right now. Thank y'all. Thank you, Mama Bear. Nobody's ignoring you. You email me, I'll answer you. I've answered you through this whole live stream.
Yeah. And we have not gotten any.
And we have got no email from you, or I would answer. That's right. Let's see here. Natasha said, Missy, see y'all, we're an open carry state, and this house is packing. Do you think there's a serial killer in the Richard case? That's what I was wanting to get back to, was just to finish up with talking about Richard. I don't know what's going on there. We're going to get into more about what we feel like has happened in Richard's case, and the family's going to talk more. Please stay tuned and listen to that, because the family is going to be telling you a lot more. I know a lot more about it. It's not my place to put it out there yet till they feel like that they want it to be out there. Okay. Somebody just emailed and said that somebody's being heavy-handed deleting people. I know. Guys, please be mods. Please be careful. But anyway, so Richard's wife is going to be speaking on here hopefully very soon, and we're going to be getting to the bottom of what happened. And we're going to be helping. We're going to go out there and film where he was found, and give you just a better perspective of the whole area, just like we did with Summer's case. Some of the things that people, and look, despite how you feel about anything, we were able to show you parts of that location that nobody else has showed you. Paths, trails, access points, search areas. We've got more to come. I'm just not going to be part of this drama and this rumor stuff. As that starts to slow down, we will start reporting more and more and giving you everything that we got. I just don't want to be a part of this drama. It's not helping anything. It's not helping anybody's case at all. They're deleting ugly comments. Okay. I don't know. I can't keep up with the whole chat and everything too, as well. So I just want people to just be careful. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. Thank you for that text. I got you. All right, yeah, I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to get some things and talk about it. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's see, anything else that you want to talk about Richard's case that I felt like was there was something we wanted to cover?
I don't remember right now.
Something very, very important. Oh, the person that found him. Okay, so the wife had put this is another key point about his case, and that I want y'all to pay attention to, and y'all will really, really want to follow this. She went and put a laminated sign on the tree where he liked to hang out, his like secret spot where he likes to just get away from everything, which is in between his sister's house and the house he was living in. She said, Richard, if you see this, please let us know you're okay in your home. He was found 30 yards from that tree. She said that the person that did find him said that it looked like a pile of clothes over there. But so that's just more to kind of confirm that he probably was not there that whole time. There's a lot. Please go back and listen to that live stream of the family talking, and you will get a lot.
We were going to show that the other tree where Richard had carved his family's names last time, and
do you want me to pull that up?
Yeah, it's in the email.
Okay, I'll pull that up. And where did you send it?
It's down there.
It won't let me zoom in on it, though.
I don't understand that.
Is that from you or from me?
From me.
No, I sent it to myself too, remember?
Yeah, and then I said send it to me and I'll send it, and it still didn't.
It's still not going to let us see it. Here, it might. Let me go back to
Here,
yours.
let me do this. Let me do this.
Yeah, it ain't going to let me.
Here, try this. Hold on.
What are you doing? Thank you, Brianna. Yes. And if you have any information about Summer Wells or the Summer Wells case, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND or
Oh,
Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. I can actually locate this information up right here. Right there. It's scrolling across the bottom. If you have any information on that, or if you have any information that could help, and that's what I remembered on Timothy Honaker's case. There has Richard Timothy Honaker's case that I keep because there's Timothy D's case that's out too now. If you have any information on Richard Timothy Honaker's case, age 37, out of Tazewell, Virginia, please call Tazewell Sheriff's Office at, let me find that information right here. Or Brianna, could you put that in the chat, please? Tazewell County Sheriff's Office number in Virginia. Or Natasha, somebody, one of the mods, please. There has been phone recordings, we went over that, of people inside the jail facility admitting to doing something to harming Richard and saying that his body would never be found, and those things were bypassed and swept under the rug too. You will hear that on the live stream with the family. This case will blow your mind. It's too much. And she said, I'm right near Tazewell. When was this? He went missing in August.
No. Richard went missing in March.
Went missing in March of 2021 and was found February of 2022. But there's been a lot more. So we're going to be able to hear all this stuff. We're going to have the family back on and we'll talk about it. That's all I got for tonight.
Go look at that now.
Okay, let me go to the email now and we'll show that picture. Yes.
He carved these before he went missing, to our knowledge.
Yeah, this is what Richard carved in the tree. And then there was the parrot. Remember?
This is just to kind of show that this is where he went down there and he hung out at this exact area all the time. It was not like he was just wandering down through there after he went missing and, fell or whatever, like is being said. He hung out right here a lot, and this was his quiet place to go whenever he just wanted to go and have some time by himself.
These are the initials he carved in the tree. This is the hill you see behind here that he supposedly fell down. It's not very steep whatsoever. You can see this. I actually can go over and show some. I told you that there was a pair of hedge trimmers that were found. Law enforcement didn't even take it in as evidence. That was found a very big pair, sharp pair of hedge trimmer. I'm going to show you these pictures real quick before we get off here. Actually.
And Misty, see, we actually have 3 videos prior to this one. 3 before this one.
Yeah.
And they are all in a playlist on our channel that you can go and listen to or watch, and you can learn more about that case.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
And Natasha just shared the link for the playlist because she's amazing.
Thank you. Where is his? Hold on one second, guys. I'm trying to find. There it is. Yes, he went missing March 14th, was found February 5th. Okay.
And Brianna just shared the Tazewell County Sheriff's Office.
I'm going to show to you what was found in his pockets and everything that was found up there. Hopefully we can go over this real quick and then we'll get off here. Okay, this is going to be good. If you didn't see it, we're going to go over it again. These are we are the only ones that have this other than the family. Um, this is a triple antibiotic ointment that was found in his pockets that day. Now, mind you, the reason we're showing you this is because the clothes were clean. They said that the brother-in-law said he had the exact same pair of hunting pants that the camo pants, mossy oak pants that Richard has, and Richard's look newer than his are today. And Richard was supposedly laying out there in the elements for a year, right at 11 months. So this is a triple antibiotic ointment found in the pocket. This is this is the back of his knife that was found in his pocket. So everything's dirty that's in his pocket, but the clothes are clean.
From what they said, his clothes were clean, but everything inside his pockets were covered in dirt. Which is odd.
Yeah.
To me, at least.
This one right here really bothered them. This is a toothpick. You can see it right here. The white toothpick thing is inside the bag. It's it's still in pretty good condition. Back of the knife, front of the knife. Look at this. This is his pocket knife. Look at the front of this knife.
Oh, I know.
I mean, that's in pretty good shape still. This case is closed by law enforcement and considered a fall, and the family does not agree with it. By the way, that's the reason we are able to show you these things. This is not an open investigation.
Okay, Chuck 420. I don't know anything about 5-gallon buckets that are buried all over the yard. We've not seen them, no.
The only thing that we've ever said about buckets was when we were on a search where we found that. We talked about it, though.
Yes, but that's not what's being talked about here.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that.
As far as, yeah, the only thing that we know of is those barrels that we just talked about.
This is the change in his pocket. I'm going to zoom in on that just to show you this is somebody, it almost looks like it went through the washing machine. Toothpick, front of knife. Here's a can of snuff that was in his pocket. Kayak snuff. I can't really see it very well here, but it's muddy. This is supposedly in his pocket. Again, how is all this getting muddy in his pocket, but the clothes are still in good condition on the outside? That's what the family has a big problem with. We're going to go over more of that. You're going to have to listen to them explain it on that live. Guys, it's heartbreaking. It is, and we're gonna dive more into it as we go. But that's I guess that's it. That change is awful dirty. Yes, it is. Why was Patty deleted?
I'm trying to figure that out because I saw it and then my YouTube app closed and now it's not showing up.
Patty Barnett's still in here? Patty shouldn't have been deleted.
No.
Oh, so I said stop. Just because she said stop spamming. We're done. I'm getting done. I'm done for tonight.
I'm done.
All right. Thank you, guys. We appreciate y'all. We're going to try to keep this. Kim Holmes, BK said he buried buckets and asked what they were. Candace said don't. Several of them. Wheat and rice and stuff like that. Huh. I don't know. I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about. I've never seen that. I can't confirm that.
Like I said, the only thing that we know of as far as food storage that his mom had was those barrels in the cellar.
Yeah, check 420. That's the only thing that I can confirm of that I know of is the in the root cellar. Let's roll. Let's get off here. Let's pray and let's call it a night. You want to?
Yes.
All right, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for what you do. We ask that you put your arms around Summer Wells. We ask that the truth be brought to light and that we find answers to her case, Heavenly Father, that you put the right people in law enforcement in the right place at the right time to bring whoever is to justice. If she walked away, Lord, let her remains be found. Let her be brought and laid to rest in peace, Heavenly Father. Lord, if she is with you, let her know how many people are praying for her daily and that are sending out their love daily, Heavenly Father. We ask that just the evidence come forward to prove the things that people might speculate or not, or disprove them, Heavenly Father. Let the rumors and uh, the false things being said just be done. We rebuke them. We ask for truth, Heavenly Father. We ask for truth in Richard Timothy Honaker's case. Lord, we ask that his family have peace in their heart and that his wife have peace in her heart, and let whoever is responsible for him be brought to justice. Let law enforcement, regardless of where people come from or what they may look like or what their past may be, let them all be treated equally. Let law enforcement investigate every case equally, despite feelings about maybe having run-ins with people in the past or whatnot. Let everybody be treated equally and their case be investigated. Lord, we lift up everybody in this chat that asks for your prayers, that you bless them right where they are. And if they need you to be in their life, Lord, we ask that you meet them right where they are and you come into their hearts, Lord. We ask for less hate in this world and more love, more understanding, and more truth. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
That leads us to the end of what we always say before we get off here. At the end of the day, everybody wants justice.
But justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate.
That's what we got to live by. Guys, we appreciate you. We love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Bye.